Start recording. Okay, and possibly we will have, I know at least one person is not joining us. Michelle is not joining us, and we'll see if some other stragglers come in. They'll just come in as they come. So here we are at our third session. It is going to be led today by Christine. Oh, Christine, I should have worked over this.
Palamidessi.
I always butcher your name, Palamidessi. Christine has been practicing yoga since the 80s, and she's been teaching with us for a very long time, since
right, 2010. A long time, 2000. I thought it was before that.
Maybe some of your notes said 2010, and you started teaching yoga in 2007, according to the notes I have from you. She is a registered Yoga Alliance 500 teacher, which means that's 500 hours of training, as I understand it. She has some other sub-certifications, and sometimes she teaches with her husband, who does the Aikido breathwork. Is that correct, Christine?
Right.
And having said that, I'm going to turn it over to Christine, and then I'll step in again at the very end.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for welcoming me into your home for this yoga demonstration. I teach on Saturdays, and with the Living Well Network group, we have a wonderful community. Most everybody is from Cambridge, and we've been practicing together since at least 2010. So we need a few props. I'm not sure how many of you have done yoga before. I asked you to have a long belt. You could also use a long scarf or a rope. Okay, a long scarf or a rope. Kathy, I'm going to change the view so that I can see myself. I hope it works. Let's see. I'm about the size of a postage stamp here. Okay, can you switch to speaker view?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you can. I don't know if I can control that, but you can. So everyone should do that, is switch to speaker view. You go.
Yeah, I think everybody speaks to speaker view.
Corner.
I mean, if not, I can wing it. I teach enough on Zoom if that's a problem. Okay. So we have our belts and we have blocks. And I ask my students to have a blanket if you have sensitive knees. And also these folding chairs are just wonderful. Now, I studied with a woman called Dasa Oppenheimer, who taught through her 90s. And she was quite remarkable. And she wanted to teach yoga so that we could do it. Her students, she had 5, could do it their entire life. And so the yoga I teach is very age sensitive. In addition, I'm a certified yoga for osteoporosis therapist, the Fishman method, if any of you know about that. So I'm very careful with my students, most all of whom are age 50 or older. So we're gonna use the belt today. And if you have blocks, that would be great, and a blanket. We're going to do the joint series. We're going to go through each joint of our body and move it. We'll start with a warm-up. The warm-up, just to get the body in yoga mode. Let's put our props to the side and just swing your arms. This is the Ganesh. Ganesh is the Hindu god that overcomes all obstacles. And we do this here just to warm up the spine, get the body moving, perhaps in a way that you're not used to doing. So let's swing. And these are your trunks. You have more than one trunk. And just stop. And we'll do some breaths. So inhaling up. And you can do this in a chair if you like. I don't know if anybody's chair bound. And then exhale. Let the head and neck loose. Inhale, scoop up all the air. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale up. And let's make some circles with the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. And now we're going to use the belt. One thing about aging is, I talk about this all the time, the body curls in. So the yoga I teach is always encouraging the body, particularly the back body, to flatten out like a cookie sheet rather than a lasagna pan, okay? So we want to flatten and widen the back body. We're going to start with a postural exercise. So the foundation pose in yoga is Tadasana. It's just a standing pose. If we take our belt, put it behind your hip, okay? And it's below, it's on the pelvis, the back of the pelvis. And look at your toes, just rock back and forth, heel to toe, inviting the feet to widen, to soften. And then point all your toes forward. And the balanced toes are the fourth and fifth toe, the one's the little toe and the one next to it. So encourage those toes to move sideways and the first three toes to move forward. And we're going to press the back of the pelvis against the strap, the belt, or whatever you have, and pull the belt apart at the same time. So there is some effort. Lengthen the feet, lift the inner arches on the big toe side of the foot, and pull the belt and press the back of the pelvis back. It's not aggressive and it's not strong, but a gentle pushing back and widening of the pelvis. And you'll feel the work, most likely in your lower abs, arms. Okay. And lengthen the spine, push back and widen the back of the pelvis, and then release. That should feel really good. Now we're going to move the belt behind the heart. Hold the ends of your belt or strap, rock back and forth. Again, push back the heart as you pull the belt apart. Lift the arches, the inner arches. If you can remember what it felt like to widen the back of the pelvis, include that. And then relax. And then we're going to put the belt in the back of the head. Push the head back. Like chin down slightly. Pull the belt apart. Lengthen the toes. Back of the pelvis widen. The back of the heart moves back slightly. And then relax. Okay. Let's just take that right arm across the front, stretching the deltoid, and the left arm in front, stretching the deltoid. That's the calf muscle. And roll the shoulders. So next we're going to get down on our knees. If you cannot get down on your knees, you can hold a chair and wag your tail this way, okay? For those who can, you might want to use a blanket for your knees. And come into what we call tabletop. Now the table is set for tea. So we have a flat back, as flat as we can get it so the teacups don't tip over. And we're going to put our shoelaces, if you had sneakers on, put your shoelaces down. If that is uncomfortable, you can curl your toes, okay? And we're gonna just wag our tail. Again, if you're standing, you can wag your tail by holding the side of the chair. Okay, and now we're going to lift the tailbone and drop the tailbone. Lift the tailbone and drop the tailbone, isolating the movement, the hip from the shoulder. Lift the tailbone, drop the tailbone. Lift the tailbone, drop the tailbone. This is part of our warm-up. Lift the tailbone, drop the tailbone. Now, we're going to take and look back at our right foot and come back to the center. Turn and look back at your left foot. Come back to the center. Turn and look at your right foot. Come back to the center. Turn and look at your left foot. Come back to the center. And then wag your tail. Next move, next pose is downward puppy. So move your hands about 12 to 14 inches forward. Okay, and we're going to drop the heart and move the hips back. And you could drop your forehead on the mat. If it's too much for your elbows or your shoulders, you can drop your forehead on a block. So this is downward puppy, dropping the forehead, dropping the heart, opening the armpits, pushing the tailbone back, pressing the shoelaces, the tops of the feet down, lengthening the spine best you can do. If you're on the chair, if you've got that pose and you're on the floor, stay there. If you're using your chair, you could drop your heart like so. And then take a walk with your hands over to the right, stretching the left side ribs. Come to the center, walk your hands to the left, stretching the right side ribs open. And we're going to come to a seated position. If you have a blanket, you can fold your blanket and sit on it like so. Okay. I'm going to get up and just adjust my camera so that you don't see so much above me. If you can't get on the floor, because there was one participant who said that she preferred not to get down on the floor. It's nice to sit in the chair with a block behind you so that the spine can stay upright. And if you have questions, I guess you can talk to Kathy. She could talk to me. I'm going to adjust the camera angle. So we're sitting in Dandasana stick pose with the toes extended, and it's as if the flesh is coming around the top of your thighs, okay, around the top and down the center. So the flesh is moving this way. And what that does is keeps the knees upright. Okay, and the toes are pointed to the ceiling. You can use your fingertips to help lengthen. So when we go through this exercise, the joint loosening series, it's a very ancient yoga tradition. I learned it in India, sharing it with you today. Thought it would be a good introduction to how I teach and the language I use. So we're going to inhale, point. I'll turn sideways so you can see. Through the nose, inhale, point. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, point. Exhale, pull back. And we'll do that 5 times together. So inhale, point. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, point. Exhale, back. Inhale, point. exhale, flex. Inhale, point, exhale, flex, and one more time. Inhale, point, exhale, flex. Now, the joints are all big traffic intersections in our body, bone to bone, roots of muscles and tendons connecting to the bones, big nerve centers. So doing this series where we go through the range of motion of each of our joints relaxes the belly of the muscle, lubricates the joint, and also has a direct connection and signal to the spine, relaxes the spine. So if we had more time, we would go through each toe, but today we're not going to do that. So next movement is you want to try to get the soles of your feet to kiss each other and then turn them away. So pronation and supination. So inhale, soles of the feet together. Exhale, soles of the feet apart. The best you can do. And remember, you start where you are, you do what you can, and you use what you have. Okay, so inhale, exhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and one more time. Inhale, exhale. Weave your fingers behind your knee, pull up your leg, and make circles with that right foot. Breathing, relaxing, just noticing if there's any glitches, if the foot sticks in one spot as you make a circle, and then reverse direction the other way. Taking your hands, grab your ankle, give your foot a shake. And then put the foot down, slide out the leg, and come back into a nice upright spine, Dandasana. Okay. And let's take our hand behind our left knee, bring up that left leg. And we're going to make circles with the left foot, moving that ankle through its range of motion without any weight on it. And then the other way. Taking note of where there may be a sticky part in the circle. And then grab with both hands, grab your ankle and give that foot a shake. Let go of it. And then let's just squeeze the toes down and lift up. Squeeze down and lift up. And we'll move on to the knee. The knee is a hinge joint. So reaching under the right knee, pull up the right leg. Although this lateral movement is not a knee, we don't move laterally on our knee like this, but just let your foot pendulum gently to relax the knee. And then the knee is a hinge joint. So you can do this on the chair by lifting the leg best you can. So it's inhale, tap your big toe, exhale, lift. So you could do inhale, you might not lift it the whole way, but you want to get the hinge movement going on your knee. Best you can do what you can. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one more time, inhale, exhale. Drop the leg, give your knee some love, just rub it. And we'll go on to the right knee. So scoop underneath that left knee, and just pendulum the foot slightly, relaxing the knee, letting the knee know the intention and attention is right there. And tap on inhale, lift on exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now again, we're moving the knee through its range of motion without any weight. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, meaning we're not standing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one more time. Inhale, exhale. Drop the foot, slide open the legs. If you're sitting in the chair, just open your legs. Do we have anybody sitting in a chair, Kathy?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
Could you check? I don't know whether I should sit on the chair and show the chair people or.
Yes. Sydney, are you in a chair? Hold on just a second.
Okay.
I'm looking.
For those of us on the floor, rotate the femur bone
everyone
in the hip socket. Okay.
Looks like we lost some folks.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I see. So there are 3 people who I can't see. If Peggy, Lee, or Ruth are sitting in a chair, Ruth might be. Maybe you could just hoot at me briefly.
Ruth? Okay. So we're rotating the femur bone in the hip socket. So we could do this for a half an hour and it would lubricate.
Kathy, on the floor.
You're on the
You're
floor?
on the floor? Okay.
So I guess everybody's following along. That's good.
Okay, great, great. That's good to know. I won't do the chair then for these hip. So we're rotating the femur bone in the hip socket. So inviting lubrication, fluidity. Now, you could do this for half an hour, which I've done in some yoga classes, and it also loosens the lower back and the spinal fluid flows in response to this, but we don't have that much time to spend a half an hour moving the femur bone in the hip socket. So let's bring the feet together. Next move is a bit challenging, but I will give 2 options. Okay, so we're going to externally rotate the right foot from the hip. Inhale, internally rotate and exhale. Now, you can externally rotate and slide the heel, internally rotate and bring the heel in. It's much more of a challenge to lift the heel about 1.5 inches off the floor and do that movement. It's not easy. So, and don't do it fast because that's not the point. So let's inhale, rotate in, exhale. Inhale, rotate in, exhale. Inhale, rotate out and move. Rotate in on the exhale. 2 more times, rotate out, inhale, rotate in, exhale, and 1 more time. Inhale, rotate in, exhale. So if you don't feel your quad, I don't know, you feel your quad on this one, give it a tap. Okay, same movement, left leg. So externally rotate, point the left foot toes to the left and inhale, rotate in, exhale. Inhale, rotate in, exhale. Rotate out, inhale, rotate in, exhale. Rotate out, inhale, rotate in, exhale, and 1 more time. Inhale, exhale. And give your left quad a thank you. The hip also moves sideways. So if you want to put your blanket down, you can do that for your knees. We're coming back to tabletop. Glue the knees together. So glue the knees together, come into tabletop, turn your hands, your fingers to the right and to the left. We're going to inhale, and I'll demonstrate. Exhale, move the hip to the right. So it's as if your hips are in a toaster here. The tendency is to move the right hip towards the hand, but that's not the movement. The movement is to move straight across. So we'll inhale, center. You'll feel the movement in the hip, a stretch in the iliotibial band, which runs, it's like a very strong wire from the outside of the knee to the hip. And you'll feel movement being invited in the SI, the sacroiliac joints. So let's inhale, exhale to the right. You don't have to go far. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. And once more to each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. We're going to go back to tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, knees hip width apart, and just do the porch swing like a glider. This is the hinge action of the hip. Again, remember, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. You don't have to do everything. If it seems too demanding, just ease off, do a variation. Okay, so this movement is inhale, lift. And the lift is not higher than the hips. It's straight up. If you lift higher, you're starting to use back muscles, your shoulders get involved. We just want to use the hip hinge and then exhale forward. Okay, so let's do that together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. And 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, move forward. Now just get yourself comfortable again in the tabletop before we proceed with the hinge action of the hip on the left side. So we'll start just by porch swing, moving the knee, the left knee back and forth, hinging the left hip. And then put your knee down, settle into your tabletop, feel strong and secure and beautiful here. And then slide back, inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward. Slide back, inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, slide back, lift, exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, slide back and lift, exhale, hinge forward. And the last time, inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward. We're going to move on. We did all the joints in the lower half of the body. We're going to move on now to the arms. Now, there are several ways to sit. I sit directly on my heel. Okay, you can take a block, put it between your feet and sit on that block. You can take 2 blocks and sit on 2 blocks, or you can sit on the chair. If you sit on the chair, I would like you to put a block between your knees. Sit towards the front of your chair and have a right angle under your knee. So not like this and not like that, but a nice right angle here and as straight a back as you can get right now. Okay. We'll start with the hands, make a circle with the hands. We have a lot of tension stored in the hands and forearms that affects the neck and upper back, where we all store so much tension. So let's make circles with the hands and circles the other way. And now lift the fingers really tight, squeeze and let go. 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 And then wave to me. And then take the thumb in index, move the fingers in one at a time. Extend the right hand palm up, lobster claw with the left and pull the fingers back. And left hand palms up, come with a lobster claw, grab the fingertips and point them down, stretching the back of the wrist. Next, we're going to do pronation and supination with the hand. So palms are up. Inhale, keeping the palms up. Exhale, palms up. We'll do that 5 times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, and 1 time. Inhale, exhale. Next, we go on to the elbow, hinge joint like the knee. So we will extend, pulling the arms back into the socket rather than shrimping or cashewing the back. Triceps parallel to the floor, palms up, both hands together. Inhale, and then exhale. Tap the shoulders, keeping the elbows parallel to the floor. Inhale, exhale. So we're working with the elbow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to go on to the shoulder, which is the most complicated joint in the body. So we're here. We're going to go like angel wings. Push back the elbows. Inhale, exhale. So don't push it beyond what's comfortable, but move it. Move what you can move. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Again, the triceps are parallel to the floor, not up, not down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And 1 more time. Inhale, exhale. And then just drop your hands on wherever you're sitting on your thighs. Squeeze the upper back, lift the back of the neck, close the eyes, and just do a short body scan. Relaxing the jaw. Soft breathing. And now we'll continue with the shoulder rotator cuff. If you watch baseball, you see the pitchers doing this before they get on the mound. So again, triceps parallel to the floor, elbows straight out from the shoulders, palms wide. Inhale, exhale, just rotate from the shoulder like a scarecrow here, okay? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and the last time. Inhale, exhale. Now, palms facing each other, send the arms back. Big inhale, fill up the upper lungs around the collarbone. Exhale. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale, swing back, exhale up. 2 more times. Inhale back, exhale up. And 1 more time. Inhale back, exhale up. Now weave your fingers together. Lift the palms towards the ceiling. push the sit bones towards the floor, lower the chin towards the heart, lift the face. Now we're going to reweave the opposite way. Lift the palms of the hands up, 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 tailbone down, navel back, drop the chin, lengthen the back of the neck. Now push down the air. We're going to continue with spine movements, and this is taught with crossed legs. So you can sit on your chair, you can fold your blanket to make it a bit higher. If you like, you can put blocks under your knees, or you can remain on the chair, sitting on the edge of the chair with a block between your knees to keep, that's to stabilize your hips. We're going to start out with the cervical and upper back. So from the base of the skull towards where your bra strap is, we're going to move our arms out and then push the heart back on the inhale, and exhale, lift the heart up from the side. It looks like this. Inhale and exhale. So we're moving the upper back and neck, not the middle back. Isolating the movement best you can. Okay, so let's do that 5 times. The cervical spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, it's not a big movement, gentle movement. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, and one more time. Inhale, exhale. Let yourself settle wherever you are. Next, we'll move the spine from the bra strap to the waist. And we'll do that by making a C shape, not pushing, not forcing, gentle, flowing, water-like fluid movement. Inhale, center to the right, exhale. Inhale, center to the left, exhale. Inhale, center to the right. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. Again, you're in a toaster, so we're not moving the shoulders forward, but side to side. Inhale, center, exhale, right. Inhale, center, exhale, left. We're just going to change up the last one. Inhale, center, exhale, right, and just lift the arm. Come back to the center. Big inhale, exhale, left. You can breathe while you're stretching this direction. And come back to the center. And pull back on the knees, drop the sit bones, lift the back of the neck, squeeze the upper back slightly, push the back of the head slightly back, the chin down. Inhale, exhale. Lift your head, look straight ahead with the eyes, chin level with the floor. Inhale, turn and look to your right on the exhale. Inhale, center, exhale, turn and look to the left. Inhale, center, turn and look to the right. Inhale, center, turn and look to the left. Inhale, center, turn and look to the right. Inhale, center, turn and look to the left. We're going to change it up a little bit. Inhale, center, drop the right ear to the right shoulder without bringing the shoulder up to meet the ear. Lengthening, filling the sternomastoid muscle here. Inhale, center, exhale, drop the left ear towards the right shoulder. Let the jaw be loose. Inhale, center, drop the right ear to the right shoulder, softening the jaw. Inhale, center, exhale, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, center, Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Come back up. Inhale, center. Left ear to left shoulder. Big inhale, pull back on the knees, lengthen the spine, drop the chin slightly, squeeze the upper back, send the collarbones east and west. Lift the heart. And we'll do a jaw exercise, the lion's pose. So we're going to put our fingers together, or I mean our knuckles together like a fist, two fists. Push up on the jaw as we push the jaw down on the hands and extend the tongue and say, ah. It's a lion's pose. So it looks like this. So we'll do that 3 times together. Inhale. 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 So what's the strongest muscle in the body? The tongue. So let's try to touch the tip of the nose with our tongue. Bring the tongue back in. Stick the tongue out and try to touch the tip of your chin. Come back in. Lengthen your spine, pull back on the knees, look straight ahead without lifting your chin, look straight up. Come back to the center, eyes level, eyes soft, as if your eyes are resting on the horizon. Inhale, exhale, eyes look down without moving your face. Bring your eyes to float softly on the horizon. You're not pushing out, but everything is coming. All that you see is coming to you. You're not going out to see it. It's there for you to see. Eyes resting on the horizon without moving the head. Move your eyes to the right. Come back to the center. Rest your eyes, soften the eyes. Inhale, exhale. Look to the left. Come back to the center. Smile. We're going to take our hands and tap the head. Tap your halo. Tap the back of your head. Take your left hand, tap your right wrist, come up your arm. Back, give yourself a pat on the back of the right shoulder, front of the right shoulder, center, go under your armpit, go down to your waist. And now let's give that gift to the right side. Tap your hand, the back of your wrist, tap up, the left arm, the back of the left shoulder, the front of the left shoulder. Come to the center, armpit, and down. And Kathy, I could go on. Do you want to stop at 1:45? What's the plan? While we wait for Kathy, let's rub our hands together briskly.
You're scheduled to stop at 4.
Okay, no problem. Rub your hands together. And let's make ourselves beautiful. Put all that energy on, lay your hand softly on your face, palming the face, softening the face. And slide the hands down and just surrender your mind to your heart. And we'll go on our backs. And I'm assuming everybody can get on their backs. If you can't, you have to let me know. We're going to do Supta Padangusthasana. I'll show if anybody is uncomfortable on their back, this is what you do. Okay, you're going to take your block and put it behind you.
They were fine on their back.
Okay, fine on your back. I'm not going to show that then. You could put your blanket down on your mat if you want softness. Otherwise, let's go to what Iyengar call Iyengar, BSK Iyengar. That's the kind of yoga I do, except the joint series is not Iyengar. It's something else I learned. This is God's gift to humans pose. Okay, we're going to windshield, just this, flattening the back body. Aging begins in yoga at age 35. We start to curl in. So this is like the ideal pose to widen out the back body. So turn your elbows up, see how much of the back of the shoulders you could get down, widen the back of the pelvis, navel slightly back, heart slightly back, lengthen the back of the neck. From here, we're going to take our belt or strap, and we're going to bring the right knee in, wrap the belt around the metatarsal, lift the legs straight up. We're holding the belt, one strap in each hand. Now, keeping the shoulders, the real estate behind the shoulders, as big as you can make it, the pelvis wide, pressing down the left foot, push up the right foot. Okay, so ideally the foot is above the hip, and we're pushing the foot up but sucking the femur bone into the hip socket. And we're going to get some action in this left knee, goes down and up. Open the door on the left hip and up. From the front, it would look like this. So the right leg is up. The left leg is doing a little dance here. What we like to work on our Saturday classes is softening and opening the back of the knee. Okay, for many people, this takes a long time to open the back of the knee. So see if you could soften and invite the back of the knee to blossom like a flower here. Okay, push up with the metatarsal, suck in the back of the hip. Now, let's make just small circles using the arm and the foot to guide the movement, and just pay attention to what's happening to the back of your pelvis as you make these small circles. And go the opposite direction. Bend the knee into the chest, put down the foot, go back into God's gift to humans pose, lengthening the spine, widening the back of the pelvis, widening behind the heart, moving the corners of the shoulders towards the floor, lengthening the back of the neck. And let's lift up the left leg. Pushing the metatarsal, that's the part of the foot, the upper part of the foot right below the toes, up, and sucking the femur bone down. Asking and inviting the back of the knee to soften. And then we're going to dance a little with that right knee like we did with the left. Up and down, opening and closing the gate of that right hip. And then bend the knee, come back to God's gift to humans pose. And we're going to, this is from the Fishman method for osteoporosis. So open your arms wide, move your feet out to the edges of your mat. You're going to drop your right knee towards the arch of your left foot, keeping the left knee upright. So it's a stretch and a twist. Everybody see that? The back is flat. Breathe, lengthen. So you're lengthening from behind the right eye, down through the right lung, through the liver, through the ascending colon, down to the right hip socket, down to the right knee. Lengthen. Bring that right knee up. Let the back relax and flatten. Inhale, exhale. You're going to now drop the left knee towards the arch of the right foot, keeping the right knee upright. Arms stretched out to the side. Lengthen, lengthen from behind the left eye, through the jaw, down through the left lung, pancreas, gallbladder, descending colon, left hip, left kneecap, lengthen between the back of the left eye and the kneecap. Stretching that energetic line. And then come back, bring your feet together, bring the right knee into the chest. Again, inviting the back to flatten, the shoulders to flatten, the jaw to relax. You can extend the left leg if it feels comfortable. If not, keep it bent. And if it feels comfortable, lift that left heel just an inch off the floor, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Slide up that left heel, drop the right foot, let everything sink back, back, back. Bring the left knee in, extend the right leg if it's comfortable, otherwise just keep that right knee, excuse me, I get right and left mixed up sometimes. Extend the right leg. If it's comfortable, lift the right heel about an inch off the floor, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Bring that right foot back, drop both feet. Now put the soles of both feet, kiss the soles of both feet together, take both arms overhead. And let's just go around the circle. If you have two blocks, if this is not comfortable on your knees, just bring your knees up, okay? Let's lengthen the body. And now bring the arms down to your side, palms up, and squeeze the feet together. Now let's visit our right knee, move it to right and down, put some consciousness in the right knee, move it out to the right and down, and then relax. Let's bring our consciousness to our right hand, press down the right thumb and the right little finger and the right wrist, press it down and relax. Press down the right elbow and relax. Let it all go. Inhale, exhale, press down the back of the right shoulder. Press down the back of the right shoulder and then let it all go. Inhale, exhale. Press down the back of your head. Press down the back of your head. Inhale, exhale, let go of the head. Press down the back of your left shoulder. Press down the back of your left shoulder, let it go. Let everything soften. Press down your left elbow. Press down your left elbow. Press down your left elbow. Let it go. Let everything go soft. Press down the back of your left hand, your thumb and little finger on your left hand. Press it down into the floor. Press it down into the floor. Press it down into the floor. Let go. Let everything go soft, 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 soft. Bring your consciousness to your left knee, left knee. Push the left knee to the left and down. Push the left knee to the left and down. And then let go, let it soft. Slide out your feet onto the floor, pointing the toes up, move the legs apart. Let the back body drop, 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 drop. It's like the bottom of a river, heavy back body. The sides of your body are like the shores of the river with the water pushing up against the sides of the river. The back body, the bottom and heavy, moving down, and the top of the body glistening, and the heart rising like a lotus blossom and floating on the water. Let yourself drop back, let yourself relax, close your eyes, and just be there for at least a minute. I will time. Slowly, gracefully, beautifully roll to your side and just stay on your side for a moment. Stay on your side. And when you're ready, when you feel complete, slowly push yourself up to any comfortable seated position. You can put your hands, fold your hands over your heart or leave them on your thighs. Just take a moment to listen to your breathing. Listen to your breath, the inhales and the exhales, the soft, gentle breath. And when you're ready, you can drop your hands, open your eyes. Thank you for doing this demo with me, and I'm here to answer questions. I think, Kathy, you have some things to announce.
Well, I think the first thing is exactly that. If people have questions for Christine, we'll take a couple of minutes to do that, and then talk about ongoing work. Any questions? You have to unmute yourself or use the raise hand function. Let me see if I see anyone waving their hand. Anybody? I have a question about pain. If you're doing
About what?
And it hurts, what do you recommend?
Well, you know, that's the problem with Zoom video. I can't keep an eye on you, so I am teaching very simple movements. Nothing should hurt. Nothing should hurt. If it hurts, you have to stop.
Okay. Any other
Okay, if it
questions?
hurts, I mean, I'm not there to look at how you're moving, to suggest an alternate movement. So we don't want pain. There is a certain amount of discomfort, but you have to trust that you know the difference between good discomfort and pain.
Anybody else? That you unmuting, Meredith? Yeah.
Are there any videos or tapes that YouTubes that are available to seniors to continue a little
Well,
bit?
I have a whole series of YouTubes. If you YouTube my name, Yoga for 60 Plus with Christine, there's a whole series of YouTubes. They're short 15-minute sections. I also have a Facebook library, Yoga for 60 Plus in Cambridge. You could go to that page and there's a whole collection of yoga for your feet, yoga for your knees, yoga for your hips, yoga for your sore neck, yoga to de-stress. So those are what I recommend.
So Kathy, could you?
I will do two things. I will send a link to everybody to all of those and put them up wherever we're going to put all these things. And Christine, would you also talk about the Facebook Live things that you do and your Saturday class?
Okay, yes. So every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m., I do Facebook Live, 15-minute yoga mini lessons. Lately, I've been doing yoga mini lessons to reduce stress because, it was kind of a stressful time going on here. And then I have done series on yoga for osteoporosis, where we will take 2 of the 12 poses for osteoporosis and work on those. It's a beginner series. Sometimes I do breathing. So that's on, if you go to Facebook, and if you are Facebook, it's you look for Yoga for 60 Plus in Cambridge.
I'll share the link.
And that is also the page. If you go to the video collection, there's probably 90 to 100 videos. Foot yoga is very popular. So that's got a lot of views. And YouTube, I just repost everything on YouTube. And that's Yoga for 60 Plus with Christine. And those are 15 to 20-minute yoga. They're not a whole class. I do privates as well. And on Saturday mornings from 9:30 till about 10:45 is the Living Well Network yoga. That's a long class similar to today. And that's been going on, as Kathy mentioned, since 2010. I think it may be 2009, but 2010. And we go through usually a focus. Sometimes it's the lungs, sometimes it's the heart, sometimes it's the hips, sometimes it's the hamstrings, sometimes it's whole body yoga. And all, as I said, everybody is 50 and older in that class.
And a certain percentage of the time your husband co-teaches with you.
Oh yes, my husband's an Aikido master, so he does do some breathing and Aikido movement as well. So the both of us do that. That's a pay for. It comes out to like $7 per class. Usually my fee is $25 an hour if I teach a group class, but for Living Well Network, it ends up being $10 drop in. But if you buy a series, it's like $30 for 4. So it's less expensive.
All right. Well, thank you, Christine, so much for taking us through this and for telling us what some of the opportunities are for continuing. As a group, we'll be finding some ways to talk about how we want to continue as we go through the series. Next week, Jean Lukic, who I think Christine knows because they used to teach down the hall from each other, will be teaching a Tai Chi class. It's going to be modified more like a Qigong class, which I hope that Jean will explain the difference to us, because obviously we can't do such big movements when we're in our more contained spaces. I will send out an email between now and then with anything that Jean thinks that you should have at hand, and with all the links that Christine just referred
Oh, and how that Saturday class works, I open the yoga room at 9 and I send everybody a email so you can just click right in rather than store the link. Most people find that easier than revisiting Zoom. They just get the email and click right in. Okay. So thank you again. It was wonderful to do this demo
Thank you.
and have a great rest of the day.
Super. And I'm going to end the recording, but then I have a couple other words to say. So there we go.